the older cars, they have a soul,
Exactly.
which I find lacking in the newer cars. An urgent phone call by another very dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
Listen, Pratap, this car is up for sale. You have to buy it. Then I made a phone call to Christopher. I said, listen, this is what I've heard. He's like, that's right. If you want the car, are you ready to pay this price? I said, yes, I'm ready. Okay, sir, the deal is done.
Hey guys, welcome to MotorBeam. We have some really tasty cars around us today. This of course is the 1971 Mustang Mach 1 and the owner of these cars, Mr. Pratapsinh Gaekwad. So thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure, and welcome to the Buggy Khana.
Thank you so much. So quick introduction about yourself. What do you do? What is Buggy Khana for our viewers?
So Buggy Khana is a channel that I recently started, and it's a channel that's here to sort of put the spotlight onto some of the people who are very active and doing some good work in the automotive space in India, whether they are collectors, whether they are restorers, whether they are general car people.
Let's take two of these cars for a spin. What do you say?
I think we should, but may I suggest these two?
These two beauties.
Yeah.
So that is a Datsun 280Z Fairlady.
Correct.
And this is a Mercedes 230SL. So yeah, I think
so one's a convertible, one's a coupe, and both a lot of fun. I promise you that.
Okay, let's take these cars for a spin one by one.
Should we take this one first?
I think that makes sense. Let's do this.
Come.
So Mr. Pratap, we are out in the Mercedes SL230 first.
Yep.
How is it? How is the experience to drive this car in Mumbai?
Oh, it's nice, and I mean, especially in this weather.
Yeah,
with the top down.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely. So it's a few months in the year
Yeah.
you can really get to enjoy her with the top down.
What do you like the most? I mean, the performance or the design or the exclusivity?
I enjoy driving her.
Okay.
Like you said, she is a manual.
Okay.
Number one, she's very nice. I mean, she's got a nice, powerful engine. She handles well.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've been driving her now for 30 years, it's like second nature to me.
What is your favorite memory with this car?
I have a couple of them.
Okay.
If I go back in time, obviously, being driven in her by my father.
Okay.
When you're a kid and you always go to your parents saying, I want to go for a drive and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a good memory.
Mm-hmm.
Another interesting fact about how I've grown up with this car.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that, as you can see, there is two seats, and there's a luggage compartment behind us.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, as I've grown up, I have sort of started in the luggage compartment.
Okay.
Because my parents used to sit in front and I used to be the back.
Okay.
And as I grew up, I sat in the passenger seat. And then fortunately, I got promoted to the driver's
Promoted
seat.
every few years.
So that's been my evolution with the car.
So what's the story of this car?
So the car has come in, in the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
And initially when she did come in, she had met with an accident. So
okay.
right there, she had a restoration which was done.
Okay, okay.
Thereafter, she was used. She was like almost, I wouldn't call it a daily driver, but she was regularly used.
Okay, okay.
For a long period of time. And then, we did a major restoration in 2017.
Okay, okay.
Where, I changed the color of the car, I changed the interior color, and I had the engine rebuilt.
Okay, okay. And how easy or difficult it is to restore such a car to factory spec?
I think it's not so difficult if you know where to go.
Okay.
You've got to find the right people.
Yeah, yeah.
Then it's not that difficult, and also nowadays access to importing spare parts has also become a lot easiher.
Okay.
So if you have the right team who's going to put the car back together, then it's not that difficult.
Okay, okay. And according to you, what could be better on this car? I mean, no car is perfect. So is there something that could be better on this?
Not really. I mean, like I said, she's just I've grown up with her, so I understand her very well.
Yeah.
Even some of her nuances are something that are something that I enjoy.
Okay.
One interesting fact about this car is, if you can see, it doesn't have a music system.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about it. It's never had a music system, strangely.
Never.
And we've never fitted, an aftermarket system or anything. So that also possibly goes to show that, you know, the driving pleasure, etc. is so good that you don't even need any distractions.
You just dive deep into the driving pleasure, enjoy the noises that the car makes.
Correct,
The
correct.
engine, the exhaust, all that.
Yeah.
So how often do you drive this car now in 2024?
I would drive her at least once a week, I'd say.
Once a week you drive it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you have a lot of cars in your garage, so I'm sure you put all of them through a rotation, I guess.
Yeah, I try to do a rotation, but you know, some cars always appeal to you more. So this one is somewhat something I drive a little more than the others.
So
for
this
sure.
is one of your top favorites
Yes.
out of all the cars.
Yes, definitely.
And what do you think about the performance from the 2.3 liter engine now in today's world?
I think it's more than adequate, and in fact, it's good to the extent that you can really push her to the maximum.
Yeah, yeah.
There are many cars you get today which are, you know, hyper performance,
Mhm.
but you can never really push them. You know, by the time you get in second gear, you have to slow down.
Yes, that
Whereas
is
with these, you can really push them to their limit to a large extent.
This one makes around 150 horsepower.
Yeah, I think approximately 150 horsepower. Yes.
So if anyone is looking to purchase such a car right now and
Right.
restore it, any word of advice for them?
Well, first of all, you know, to get your hands on one, it's going to be a task in itself.
That is there.
You know, but again, I mean, if you are lucky enough, you
Mhm.
know, these cars are valuable cars. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
important to find, like I said, find the right people
Mhm.
to trust with a job like this.
Yeah, that is there. So we are now out in the 280Z, the Fairlady. What
Yeah.
is the story behind this car?
So this car's got quite an interesting history.
Okay.
The first owner was a Dr. Bhatliwala, and I think he had this car for a fair period of time. And you know, I think he really did enjoy her. He drove her to the maximum. After that, this car was purchased by Maharaja Barwani.
Okay.
As you know, he's you know, the #1 guy
Mhm.
for vintage and classic cars in India. Under his ownership, he had the car completely redone.
Okay.
Where, you know, the cosmetics were done. He changed the color from red to the blue that she is in now.
Okay.
Christopher Rodericks, who's the #1 guy for all mechanical work in India,
Mhm.
has you know, rebuilt the engine. And one fine day, I got a phone call, an urgent phone call by another very dear friend of mine
Yeah.
called Joey,
Okay.
who's also, by the way, a very, very big car collector.
Yes.
And he's like, listen, Pratap, this car is up for sale. You have to buy it.
Yeah.
You have to buy it. Then I made a phone call to Christopher. I said, listen, this is what I've heard. He's like, that's right.
Yeah.
But this is the price.
Yeah.
If you want the car, are you ready to pay this price? I said, yes, I'm ready.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sir, the deal is done.
Okay.
So, you know, interesting ownership, interesting history, interesting how I knew
Uh-huh.
about the car and how I was able to finally get her.
So how much time did it take to restore the car? Like, what was the condition when you bought it?
No, when I bought it, she was immaculate.
Okay.
Because, you know, all the hard work had already been done
Yeah.
by the previous owner.
Mhm.
So when I got her, she was in mint condition,
Okay.
as you can see.
Yeah, looks very nice. The feel is just something else. So how many kilometers have you clocked up since the time you bought this car?
I'm not sure how many, but a reasonable amount. But
Okay.
again, all done in Mumbai. So
Mhm.
the usual is the run to the ceiling
Okay.
or to maybe Marine Drive.
Mhm.
That's the sort of usage I've been doing.
And do you have any plans to spruce up the car even further?
Yeah, a few things I'm working on. One is I'm looking at changing the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
I might remove them from the side here and, you know, mount them on the front fenders.
Okay.
That's one option I'm toying with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be changing the steering wheel
Okay.
to a nice wooden Nardi steering wheel that I have.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. So what is your favorite bit about this car?
I think I love the manual transmission. I love the way the engine sounds.
Okay.
And I love the way that she's always sort of pushing you. You know, you're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
close to 4,000 and she's going, okay, now come on.
The weight red lines all the way.
Yeah. It's great fun. And the sound that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
It's fun.
What could be better on this car according to you?
I don't know. I think maybe the gearbox, sometimes I feel it's a little clunky.
Okay.
So maybe could have a little more improvement on that. Would
Okay.
be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, she's great.
So how many of these would be in India right now? Probably 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think not very many.
Okay.
And I think condition wise, you know, there isn't another one like this at this present moment. I know that there are others who have them and they will be possibly restoring them.
Yeah, yeah.
But as we speak, you know, I think there isn't another one in this condition.
Okay, okay. So we are back, and I have no words, honestly.
Yeah.
These two are amazing cars.
Good. So I'm going to ask you a very difficult question, which is normally asked to me. Which one do you prefer?
Which one do I prefer? You're putting me in a very tough spot, but I would prefer the 280Z for the driving feel and for that performance car appeal that it has. But of course, the Merc is amazing in terms of sophistication and luxury.
Correct.
And now I know these two cars are as different as chalk and cheese. The only common thing is that both of them have a 6-cylinder engine, and that's about it. But in terms of quality and the comfort, I think the Merc is way better than the Datsun. But in terms of pure driving feel, pure sexy appeal, I would say this one just does the job right.
I think I completely agree with you. I think it's very well sort of said by you. And what about comparing these to modern cars? Because I know you guys, you know, use a lot of modern cars.
Modern cars are full of tech and electronics and features and whatnot, and somehow, somewhere, that driving feel is not there. The feel that you get from these cars, from any of these cars actually, and this is what, you know, keeps us enthusiasts wanting for more.
Correct.
So thank you so much for actually keeping the passion alive, because you have a very unique collection.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And these are all, I think, hand-picked cars right here.
Yeah, each one is different, and like I was trying to say, that the older cars, they have a soul,
Exactly.
which I find lacking in the newer cars.
The sound, the feel that you get from these cars, there's a whole different character to each one of them.
Correct, correct.
So I think I had a lot of fun today. Thank you so much once again.
It was a pleasure, and I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself.
And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. ऐसी और videos देखनी है, make sure to subscribe to the MotorBeam channel and also subscribe to Buggy Khana, because वहाँ पे आपको unique content मिलेगा about all of these special cars and their owners. So do that and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.